in with some feedback going on, which I'm going to fix right now, I think. Well, I don't know if you hear it, but there's some really nice, relaxing music being played in the background. Do you hear it? It's probably pretty quiet. I can see if I can make... Nope, I can't make it any louder. So we're all just going to have to lower our volume expectations. Plus, I'm probably pretty low here because I'm using this thing again. All right, and I've decided that I'm calling all of you helmeteers, anyone who watches this. That way I don't feel quite as ridiculous for having this helmet on my head. So I'll say, welcome helmeteers. We're here for another VR session. Now this one is for a program called Lucid Trips. And it's in alpha, which means it's not even beta, which means it's not released to the public. That's right, I've got inside access as an alpha tester. I know, you want my autograph, but you can't have it. I will make it available for sale one of these days, but you're gonna have to just be patient. Okay, so look, so you know the drill, or you don't. I'm about to flip over here to this. I'll just go ahead and do it right now. We're gonna have to fix the sound again. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so we are inside the program now, and what's going to happen is... Oops, wait a minute, I screwed that up. Imagine that. We're going to try this again. All right, so just bear with me. Now then. I think this should work. So I'm going to be back here in the background again. I'll tell you what, that's going to cut off my head. So let's fix this a little. Now, for the most part, for this one, I stand still. You're going to see me doing a lot of arm waving. So let me talk you through it. So I'm going to look straight and press the menu button so that way I can definitely be looking right at you. Oh, wait. There is... Well, all right. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the tutorial so you understand how this works. Now, there's this whole... Now, you'll see that the arms in the video, in the game, in the world, are mimicking mine, right? And these are the controllers. And it says, well, welcome to Lucid Trips. And so the idea is, first of all, I'm going to do what it says and do the grip buttons, which I've done. Now, by moving my arms, you can see I'm just sort of pulling myself in a low gravity situation. So I'm just walking along. Now this is the tutorial. And because this is an alpha, I basically have to start the game over every single time. And, you know, it's not complete. They're really testing things. This isn't even a beta. I'm trying to use my hands here to make this more interesting. All right, so now let me just go through the tutorial, move backwards. Whoa, 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 whoa. I lost my, I don't know if you did. Oh, come on now. What's going on here? Something is amiss. All right, sorry, I lost the picture completely, and now I'm kind of in the floor. But I'm just trying to get through the tutorial. But basically, at this state, this game is an exploration game, meaning you're just going around this world that we'll get to shortly, and collecting things. All right, so I'm just kind of going through the movement tutorials. Once you do this, you can skip this. Now watch what's happening here. I'm putting both hands above my head, and then hitting. Oh, okay, I'm really close to that chair, so I'm going to move. And I'm going to see if I can reposition. There we go. And then thrusters by pulling the triggers. So now I can kind of fly around, but it's limited. As you can see the little white space in the middle there, it gets smaller as I thrust. Right? And then when it runs out, I just hit the ground, touch the ground, and it refills. Spread my arms while thrusting to glide. And even though I'm out of energy, I can still kind of glide. So now I'm going to collect these yellow things by just sort of gliding around in their general direction. Come on, that one's too high. Boo. All right. I love that. Fine. Kind of gave up on me. Then these are the other things that you collect by gripping the controls again. I pick them up and I put them up in this little hole. I still have no idea why we do this, but oh, I guess I got to go find some more eggs or jewels or whatever. So there's 3 holes here, no idea why, and sometimes they show little symbols in one of the holes. So now here we are. We're getting ready to go into the official world. So I don't know when I moved my body, I don't know how I am in here, but all right, so once again, we just look and hold the menu button, and now we are in this world, and I can look all around, and now it's all about just sort of exploring. Now, once you get used to this, it takes a little bit of time to get used to this locomotion mechanic. But wow, once you get it, it feels really cool. All right, you know what? I'm gonna have to peek here and see where I am. All right, I gotta move this chair. That's what the problem was. Sorry. So unprofessional. All right, I'm gonna recenter. All right. Now then. Go back over here. Now there are 18 of those, they call them eggs or whatever, with those jewels to collect throughout the planet. Now you can use this thrust to kind of move yourself around. I kind of discovered a way to get around pretty quickly by using a combination of the thrusters honed towards the ground and then this sort of swimming motion. Again, it takes a little bit of time to get used to this mechanic in general, but once you do, it's really cool. Again, you can that energy runs out, but all you got to do is land for a minute, and then it fills right back up. It's a treasure trove. Now, these things, I quite honestly, I'm not sure why I'm collecting these. But because they don't seem to count towards anything, like the crystals that. Is this a crystal over here, or is this just a rock? Hold on. It's just a hole. So, like I said, every time I play this, I have to kind of start over. But this pink one up here, I do know what it does is it gives you more energy. Like I'll show you, the energy you get from this lasts longer. Now, what I can do here is I'm going to go all the way across there, but instead of using all this energy, I'm just going to do this whole like that, and then use the thrust to kind of guide me when I need to, but just glide and reserve that fuel as much as I can. Just be patient. See, I didn't even have to. That was me being impatient. I could have waited to land and just turn with my arms. But again, at first it's not easy to get the sense of this, moving around. But once you do, it's so that feeling of flight. And obviously it's called Lucid Trips. It's based on the experiences of flying while you dream. That's, really what it's meant to emulate, because a lot of people apparently have a very similar experience to this when they're dreaming, and they're dreaming that they're flying. But again, this is meant to be done actually seated in a chair with no arms. But I'm a rebel, and I stand, because nobody tells me what to do. But again, sometimes you just, want to sit and look at this. Because just alone, if this were the app, now think about it. If this were the whole thing, and this was just a place to come and meditate, like I could sit on the floor right now and just be here with that music playing, and I could do little movements or whatever, just these little meditative things that I could do up and down, and just, and spend 30 minutes just sitting here, just being in this really zen place, and just forgetting all the fact that there's the rest of the game, just enjoying this, the immersion of it, and just getting lost in there. And, you can play your own music through the system if you're, obviously if you're using which you must be using, the HTC Vive for this. Although I think there are people playing this with other systems somehow, different kinds of controllers. Oh, see, there we go. Our first jewel of the day. Just walk over there, then I grip both again and just stick it up there. Oh, hey, get in there. Dude, there we go. 1 of 18. Now, I think I found as many as, I don't know, 10 maybe? In any one session here. Oh, whoops. Pushing the wrong button. See, I'm still working. No, am I? Yeah, I still got some of that pink energy I got. I still haven't used all of that. And it's lasted a lot longer than the blue does. And then when that's gone, it'll just tap into the blue. Is this as relaxing for you as it is for me, my children? Who said that? All right, I just ran out of the... Whoa, a little bit too much. How fun is this? What's nice about this is there are no enemies. There's no racing against the clock. You're not going to die. Now, because it is an early alpha version, I have gotten stuck once or twice. And then you just start over, and you truly start over. But that is, of course, the nature of being an alpha or a beta tester. You don't know. You know, you're willing to take the software in whatever condition it's in. And given that it's an alpha, and there's still so much to do, I'm sure, you know, I'm loving this just as an experience, just as it is. You can get this whole swimming thing going. It's sometimes a lot easier than the whole freestyle stroke thing. Now, I've been up here lots of times. I don't know why that's funny. But I'm just, let's take a gander. You gotta be careful, I do not want to fall over. Now, I could leap from here and land on that thing over there, but there's really no reason to. There's nothing that I've found in terms of our jewels or even an orb. Obviously, I'm trying to keep the commentary to something of a minimum, just because this is such a relaxing experience. Anybody have height issues? Fear of heights? Whoa. This is a way you can get over those fears. Did you see that? It was a pterodactyl. There's another jewel. And into the mysterious hole for some reason. A little disorienting here. That's another thing I have gotten stuck where, like, I'm inside. All right. Some of the geometry. Like, my head would be stuck behind that wall there, but I could still see anyway. What I want to do, and then I'll stop, is reach the top of this thing, so we can look down at everything, and then I'll take a swooping dive and fly over. All right, so I'm just gonna not use any of my boost. Uh-oh. I do know there is a crystal down here. You look out here and see all the way down there, that glowing light down there. That's where we're going. Are you ready? Ooh. So there's a lot of these places I probably have not been. Keep myself kind of aloft. This does nothing for steering, by the way. Just want to see how far I can get. Definitely am losing some altitude here, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of a boost here. I think that's probably why that red energy ball was there in the first place, was to make this journey. All right. Boom. All righty. Well, I think that's all I'm going to show you of this right now. You can fly over this way. Just to give you an idea of kind of the fun stuff that people are doing out there, and this in terms of just relaxing. Again, I don't know their full plan for this, where this is going, how it might evolve, develop, but just this experience, just as it is, super nice, as you might be able to tell. We've been here.